What is up, everybody? We are back here at King Film Sports for the Super Bowl 57 prop bets. We are down to the final two teams, Chiefs and Eagles, in a game that will be played in 10 days. And in this video, we will be having over 10 prop bets for this game. And I will denote how many units we are putting on each play. Now we get into it here with the first touchdown score. In this one, I'm taking the favorite, Travis Kelce, at plus 650. I think that the Chiefs are going to be on the board early. They know they can't get down to this Eagles team. So I like their best target in Travis Kelce. He always shows out in the big games. He scored against the Jags and the Bengals. Expect him to score in this Super Bowl. He scored in the Super Bowl against the Niners. I think he has a great shot of getting in there early. Next, we're going to the anytime touchdown scores. And again, I'm going with Travis Kelce. This one, much worse odds at minus 120, but I think it's almost a certainty that he gets in the end zone at some point in this game. So put a full unit on those two plays. And then for these next two, I've got Kenneth Gainwell plus 300 and Boston Scott plus 550. I think at least one of these two guys is getting in the end zone because, as you all know, the Eagles' rushing attack is mainly Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders, but both these players did get in the end zone last week, and Boston Scott has scored the last 4 weeks. So I think that these odds are so lucrative that even if one of them gets in, then we will benefit massively. So take those all there. Then we get to the first half spread, and I like this bet a lot. Chiefs plus 1.5. Sure, you're laying a little juice at minus 120 there, but I just think it creates so much value because there's not going to be that much scoring in the first half. Say we've got a 10-10 game, then you're still covering because the Chiefs are underdogs in this spread. So I love that one. And before we get into the next prop bet, I must plug our Discord. Link in the description. We've been absolutely killing it in recent days, up over 8 units on the year on our gambling picks. So definitely join that if you want to be in the loop for all of our daily NBA, NCAA men's, and NFL betting picks. Now we get into the alt yardage totals, and some people will like to go over-unders. I like to be a little more risky with it just because if a player is having a good game, there's a strong chance you can benefit and get a lot of value in that. So first one here, we're going with Pacheco with 60-plus rushing yards at plus 170. I know he only had 26 in last week's games, but the weeks before that, he was going 80, 90-plus yards. So if they get him going on the ground game and this Eagles rush defense isn't too good, I think that he will easily get 60 yards. Sure, they do have McKinnon, but he's mainly a receiving back. I think they'll pound the rock with Pacheco, especially with Mahomes banged up, and he has great value to get that at plus 170 there. Then we're taking Devontae Smith, 80-plus yards at plus 170 for receiving. Now, I do not think that A.J. Brown is going to have a big game, but I foresee Devontae Smith getting loose within this Chiefs secondary. We saw that T. Higgins had a massive game as the second receiver for the Bengals in that AFC title game. So I foresee the same type of thing here. So I think he has a great chance of doing that once again at plus 170. And then finally, we're taking McKinnon, 40-plus receiving yards from the running back position at plus 240. I think Mahomes is going to be harassed by this Eagles defensive line. So I think he's going to have to dump it down to the running back. And McKinnon has been getting a lot of production in receiving yards throughout the latter stage of the season. So just 40-plus yards here is plus 240. That is insane value. Hammer that one there. Next, we're going with Mahomes TD passes. Give me exactly 2 at plus 230. This is kind of a fun bet, and it has great value. And I don't think he's going to have 0 or 1 touchdowns. And if he had 3 or more, that would be an insane game. Now, obviously, it's not likely because it's still plus 230, but I think it's the most likely option for this game for him to end up with 2 touchdown passes. Maybe they get another one on the ground. So give me that with the great odds there. Then we get to Mahomes' longest completion. This is another fun one. Give me over 37.5. I think someone's going to get loose in that secondary. Is it going to be Marquez Valdes-Scantling? Is it going to be Sky Moore? Who knows, but they always connect on a deep shot at some point. Or it could be Kelce with some yards after catch there. So I like that at minus 110 odds. Then finally, we get to my Super Bowl MVP predictions. And first here, we're going to go with Mahomes at plus 130. I think he's the most obvious selection because I think the Chiefs are going to win the game. And It's going to be from his Magic evading the number one pass rush in the Eagles, and I think he's going to have a big game. So like him there at plus 130. And then I also like a half unit sprinkle on Travis Kelce at plus 1,300. I mentioned that I think Mahomes has a big day, but if he has a couple of interceptions like Stafford had last year and Kelce gets in the end zone a couple times, has 100+ yards, I think that it will be Kelce's to win, especially because Mahomes already does have that Super Bowl MVP under his belt. If Kelce has a big-time game and Mahomes makes a couple of mistakes, I love the value at plus 1,300 there. So with that being said, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on my prop bets. Let me know some of your guys' favorite prop bets in the comments down below. As always, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.